now move into the core segment of today, the Industry Readiness Panel discussion. To deliver the welcome address, may I invite Ms. Tissy Johnson, Data Science participant.
Thank you, Rian. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome all of you to AspireX Industry Readiness Panel discussion, a platform designed to inspire growth, spark conversations, and prepare us for the opportunities of the future. We are delighted to have you here at Travancore Hall, Technopark. Today is truly a meaningful day for all of us. We began with an enriching orientation session, followed by a highly insightful talk on the emerging job, education, and business opportunities in Japan by Mr. K. Ashok Kumar, Director of the Institute of Japanese Studies. Sir, thank you for sharing such valuable perspectives. This afternoon, we gather for the core highlight of AspireX, the Industry Readiness Panel discussion. We are honored to host an exceptional panel of leaders who have shaped technology, talent, and learning in remarkable ways. Ms. Smitha Balakrishnanan Nair, Senior Software Engineering Manager, Nissan Digital India. Ms. Smitha SP, Senior Manager, Talent Acquisition CareStack. Ms. Remya UL, Senior Knowledge Officer, ICTAK. Thank you for joining us and for sharing your experience and wisdom with our aspiring professionals. I also extend a warm welcome to our CEO, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, whose leadership continues to guide and inspire us. We are grateful to have you with us today to deliver the keynote address. My heartfelt welcome to all faculty members, industry guests, placed alumni participants, and every student who has joined us today. Events like AspireX become truly meaningful because of your presence and enthusiasm. As we move ahead, I invite you all to engage, learn, and make the most of the conversations and opportunities that this platform brings. Once again, welcome to AspireX 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tissy. To share his vision and inspire us with his leadership, we are privileged to have with us Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, CEO of ICTAK. Sir, we request you to deliver the keynote address.
Once again, good afternoon, and thanks to Mr. Ashok Kumar and team. I just was speaking to them. How many of you watch Japanese anime series? Near few? Don't look around. You raise your hand if you're watching it. I do watch. Okay. Okay. I don't understand anything in the Japanese, but it's really interesting to watch that. That is one part. Second is the value system what they have. Unfortunately, I missed that session. The value system and the discipline what the children learn in the early days. I think that's something always excites me. That's always what we call it's something unique. We don't see it in many other places. Okay. So I think there is a lot to learn from the Japanese culture, and I think that making a person independent, self-sufficient, doing their own work rather than too much pampered by the parents and the siblings. Okay, that's the kind of culture we have in Japan. That's my reading. I'm sure that you would have heard more about that. So we thought we'll have a session about giving an orientation about Japanese, and there are quite a few companies in Technopark working closely with Japan industries. So it's an opportunity so those who are interested to pursue further course, getting certification, exploring more opportunities. I think this is a good starting point. So thanks to the team for arranging this, and it's indeed our pleasure to have you all here. What we do is thanks to Smitha and Smitha. Okay. Okay. So we do have a monthly session to connect our learners or young professionals or aspiring professionals with industry leaders. So they have chosen a stream of career could be the full stack development, cybersecurity, data science, with a view that they'll be getting into a particular role as a developer or a cybersecurity analyst or a data scientist tomorrow. Okay. But when we move from their vertical academic to a transitioning to the professional world, okay, the aspiration to the reality, I'm sure that they'll be coming across a lot of challenges. So this is an opportunity for them to hear from you or interact, get an opportunity to interact with you to understand, what is the what you call the dynamics in the industry, and what are the industry expecting when they are coming out, when they are looking for a job. And I'm sure that they'll be looking at the guidance on specific topics. It's a kind of engaging discussions. More than a panel discussion, I'm sure that this will be more of an interactive discussion. So we have a more what you call a vibrant community out here. They'll be bombarding you with what you call a lot of questions. So Shekhar Kapoor, I mean, you were saying that. So just read that. I mean, he was saying that, I mean, plagiarism with or without AI comes from creative laziness. Emotional storytelling will always reveal the human behind the work. So my output will always be better than or will be unique when compared to the output of the ChatGPT. So the individual's capability, that creative thinking, will always produce that unique output. So we can supplement, because all these technologies, all these generative AI, all these things are getting trained on the content what is available, right? So a person who is the best, who is the expert in that topic, so to reach that level, probably tomorrow down the line, the technology might achieve general intelligence or super intelligence. But still, there is a lot of debate about the super intelligence will be achieved, whether the machine will have the human creativeness. Those kind of things are still under debate. There are different schools of thought. Technical abilities perspective, computing perspective, the doing things faster, analyzing and complementing it faster. I'm sure that technology can do wonders. Okay, but bringing that, the creative, the human elements. So that is getting addressed. While we speak, that is getting narrower and narrower. Okay, that's the world we are in. Okay, so in this world, I think hear from the technology experts. I'm sure that it will be value adding to you. To understand and learn from their experience and see how that can be adopted in your journey forward. So thanks to our team for organizing the event, and have a wonderful time. Thanks to Smitha for taking time out for the event, and thanks to Ashok Kumar and team for the Japanese session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. And now the most awaited segment, the panel discussion featuring leaders who have shaped careers, technologies, and organizations.
Please join us in welcoming our distinguished panelists. Ms. Smitha Balakrishnanan Nair, Senior Software Engineering Manager, Nissan Digital India. Smitha is a dynamic IT professional with extensive experience seeking challenging roles that offer new learning and opportunities to apply her skills. As a versatile delivery manager, she has led complex functional projects for global clients and successfully managed delivery teams over 100 members across multiple locations. Her expertise spans product delivery management, including requirement gathering, planning, cross-functional coordination, execution, and release management. We welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome Ms. Smitha SP, Senior Manager, Talent Acquisition, CareStack. Smitha is a seasoned HR leader driving global talent acquisition across India, the US, the UK, and Australia. She designs innovative hiring strategies to attract and retain top talent in software engineering, design, and product management. At CareStack, she leads a passionate recruitment team focused on delivering a seamless candidate experience, strengthening campus hiring efforts, and building diverse, high-performing teams. We welcome you, ma'am. I also welcome Ms. Remya UL, Senior Knowledge Officer, ICTAK.
Let's begin with the panel discussion.
So, good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome to today's Industry Readiness panel discussion titled as Inspiring Growth and Transformation. Myself, I'm Remya, working here with a Knowledge Office team, and today we have two eminent leaders with us. So let's hear from their side, and in our discussion we will be exploring the latest industry trends and what skill set is going to be demanding in the future, and how the professionals as well as the students can prepare for that. So we would like to hear from you, ma'ams, and give a quick introduction about your organization. What's your current role, and how about your association with ICT, if any?
Yeah, hi everyone. So first of all, I'd like to thank ICT Academy for this wonderful opportunity. You can see a diverse skill set over here. Okay. Yeah, and regarding myself, I'm Smitha. I have around 23 years of IT experience. Started my career in 2003 as a software developer, and from there I worked as a software technical lead and then to the management roles, technical manager. And currently I'm working with Nissan Digital India as a senior software engineering manager over there. So hope all of you know Nissan. Many of you might be owning Nissan cars as well. So I don't have to explain anything about that. But Nissan Digital India supports the software development part of the Nissan. Basically, before joining Nissan itself, I also didn't think about from manufacturing part to the car sales, what the process involved, and what is the effort beyond developing a car or building a car. But once joining Nissan, I could get into the detail, and there are a lot of minute details that goes into it, lot of quality checks goes into it, and we are building automation systems for different functional group of Nissans to work, as well as you might have heard about software-defined vehicles and all. We are supporting that as well for Nissan. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everyone. I heard you had a tea break, but doesn't look like you had a break. Hi. Okay. I'm Smitha. I head the recruitment for CareStack, and I've been with CareStack for almost 7 years now, and totally I have 17 years of experience. Started with TCS, then RM, then CareStack. That is my journey. Currently heading recruitment for all kind of roles that we have in CareStack. So CareStack is a product company. Okay, we are a B2B SaaS product, which caters to, dental space in the US, UK, and Australia. So they use our software to manage their practices. Okay, and we have multiple products, different product lines, helping them to navigate everyday actions that is required in the dental hospital, and we can support from a single doctor clinic to multi-hospital, multi-location chains, like large scale. Okay, so that's what we do primarily in one or two lines. Okay, and all the engineering, all the development happens from India. So whatever is there in the product and its support, it happens from India. So all the customer-facing roles will be there in the respective regions, where like sales, implementation, and stuff like that. But otherwise, everything else is here, Trivandrum and Kochi. Okay, so that's what we do at the moment. As we speak, probably I'll get a chance to speak more about my company. And regarding ICT, I've been watching them ever since I was with TCS. That is when I think it started. At that point in time, Santosh C Group started it, and I was with TCS at that point in time, and he was a Kochi TCS. So I know the journey of ICT, and we've been associating with ICT whenever we get a chance to give back to the society. Wherever you've been inviting us to come deliver a session, we've been doing that. In that way, we are associated with ICT for last couple of years. All right. I hope I answer your question.
Yeah, thank you to both of you. And it's great to have both of you here for the discussion. So let's start. So first segment is like we would have discussion on the roles and opportunities in the evolving tech landscape. So, what's your perspective? Like, I know you are from the talent and acquisition team. So, how it affect that team, like in acquiring new people to the team?
So wherever we go, whatever conversation we start, it starts with AI nowadays, right? So everything is about AI. So what happened in hiring is, anything that can be solved with AI, those skills we are not hiring. Okay, which means if a problem can be solved with the AI, we will not hire a person for that role. But wherever there is a human required to solve that problem, we hire. Okay, so the change that happened is somebody who is well versed with AI tools. Okay, if you are able to use AI in your day-to-day work, okay, then that gives you a leverage. What makes the difference that it makes is you become faster. Okay, and one important thing that you'll have to remember is what you give, you get it a multiplication of that back to you. So if you give a quality input, you will get a magnified quality output, right? So how to use those tools, you will have to know. Okay, and there are people who are coding, vibe coding using AI, but when we are hiring, we are still old school. We would want you to explain what is DSL Go, how would you solve a problem. When we explain a question as a scenario, we would want you to comprehend, understand, and then come back and give us a solution and explain what was your thought process, how did you approach that problem. That is what we are expecting, right? And coding also, we want the fundamentals right. Why? Because as you scale, if a product has to scale, then you need to have the fundamentals right. Second, security aspect of it. When you code, vibe code, you may not be necessarily knowing how secure it is. If you are smart enough to make your AI give you a secured solution, then you are smarter than rest of the people, right? So we are looking for people who have these kind of skills. Somebody who can comprehend, somebody who can articulate, somebody who has avenues to solve the problem quicker than others, somebody who is able to smartly use different AI tools, which is working as an enabler for them at that point in time. That is what has changed, okay? But fundamental core skills like problem solving, critical thinking, learnability, that remains the same. There's no change in that. So if your fundamentals are right, then anything on top of it is a bonus. That's what changed.
Ma'am, what's your point?
Yeah, I agree with Smitha on that, and I take it in two ways. Like, we'll have product industry as well as we have service industry within the IT itself. So, I am currently working with a product firm. So, what I can say in that regard is, we are looking at people who are business problem solvers rather than just developers or coders, we can term it. When we hire a fresher or somebody experienced as well, what we will be looking at is how they are approaching a problem. That is the first thing we'll be looking at. And next is the attitude, whether they have the attitude to learn, whether they have the attitude to work and have that commitment. Maybe you'll be thinking like in a 30 minutes interview, we'll be able to figure that out. Partially we'll be able to do that because with so much experience we have, it comes with experience and we'll be able to figure that out. Around 70-75% will be right as well. So if you have that commitment or if you have that passion to learn, there are many learning platforms. ICT has set you a base here on giving the understanding of the technology stack. From there, you have all online medias like you can go to Udemy, Coursera, There are so many platforms where you can go and upskill. So if you have that passion to learn, you are ready to learn, that is one thing industry will be looking at. And next is like what I initially mentioned, problem solving, business problem solving. It's not like you are being given a requirement and you develop on it, but what value you add to the industry or to the project or to the department you are working on or to the organization you are working on. That makes a difference. That makes you different from others, basically. Anybody can, who knows the technical skill, can do the coding. But do you understand that problem holistically? Do you understand what the business needs? Are you able to come up with new ideas or give solutions or give suggestions to the business team? If you do this way, you will be able to generate more revenue, or you will be able to do this better, go to the market faster. Like that, if you can give suggestions like that, you will stand apart from others who are normally coding like that. So your base is already set. The next thing you have to think about is how you are going to utilize the skills, have that commitment, learning. Yeah, that's my.
Thank you. And adding to that, ma'am, it's here like AI. Okay, it will replace some of the jobs. So I hope it might bring in some new opportunities as well, right? So how these learners, they should prepare for that?
So with the invent of AI, everybody is, as Smitha has mentioned, everybody is afraid that whether I'll be replaced with an AI and all. In my opinion, like in some of the areas, AI is replacing human talent to an extent. Like if you take, for example, automation testing and all, there are many automation testing, or if you take production support, L1, L2 support and all, can be taken over by AI related tools. But in some areas where we need people to think, and AI needs a prompt for that, it will give that output correctly, right? That can done only by humans. There was a recent article from MIT as well, AI is used by many companies, but they are not 100% successful with the AI tools. There should be some human minds behind it who can prompt the AI correctly so that it can also function properly. And another side to it, from my perspective, is like AI is also, or these different tools are also being developed by somebody sitting over there. And if you have that mindset to come up with new tools and how to train the AI and all, you have job opportunities in the other side of the things as well. So there, it will be less, however, it's not zero. We have opportunities. If we are losing opportunity in one side of things, we have opportunities in the other side of things, which we can explore and do things like creating new tools, generating, training these AIs and things like that. There are opportunities definitely. And as far as I understand, or I think, AI cannot completely replace the humans, but there will definitely be a minor impact to it.
Thank you. Ma'am, okay, as she told, like it won't replace everything. So how do you see that eminent, what I can say, like the areas the young professionals can look at in future or for the next 5 years?
Okay, next 5 years, I don't know, because AI is changing so quickly that, it'll be hard. But what I could say is, if somebody has a capacity to do research, right, that is something is going to help you out, okay? So if you have a passion to go behind something and figure out, learn by yourself, that is going to take you to the next level. That's for sure. Researching capability, we evaluate during the interview, and we may not ask a direct question like, do you research? No, we get to know that. With the scenarios that you are explaining, we get to know that either you have that ability to go behind something and figure it out, right? And AI replacing may not be the right word. AI augmenting, or AI getting involved as part of, see, when computer came, into existence, people say that, all the jobs are gone. But then those who learned how to use the computers survived that period. And you guys are digital native people, right? So AI is a new thing in your era. Okay. Those who know how to use it will survive. Okay. And for example, recruitment, for example, because I'm from recruitment, so I can say that AI can make 1,000 calls in a second, 1,000 candidate calls. There are tools built in the market where the system can make 1,000 calls at a time in a minute. Okay, so imagine the scale of initial screening calls that is happening with the tool. So recruitment can be replaced just like that, right? But then will that be able to identify that X factor that you have in the candidate, which we see when we are speaking to the candidate? Not necessarily. Good candidates can get rejected in that AI flow, right? If we have a massive hiring, then AI tools can be useful. But if we are at a medium scale organization, AI tools may not help. But for recruitment, my team, we are using a little bit of AI in terms of, I have a team member who is from a recruitment background. I mean, he came and joined as a fresher. He's not a tech person. He's learned biotechnology, but he developed a couple of tools for us. Okay. So, for example, we have an experience calculator that he developed. Experience calculator is like, when we get a resume, if, say, for example, Smitha's resume I got, she has 20 years of experience, multiple organizations. So, exact how many years of experience, in a fraction of a second, if I upload the resume in this experience calculator, it will give me with the gaps. Okay, that he built using AI tool in-house. It took help of Gemini and Copilot, and he did that and built it. So now it saves my time or my recruiter's time. 2 minutes per resume, that is also a saving, right? Time equals money. So we saved a lot of money there, right? So we have automations done within our teams like that. So my point is, it will not replace us. If we are associating or using it better, the way we operate, and involve that with our day-to-day activities, then we will be able to make ourselves better, faster, and do better things, right? So that is what you have to look at. How can you use AI to, use it for day-to-day mundane, repetitive tasks, and use your time for something good, right? That is what, how do you build that? That is something that you can look at. And you guys, since you have a platform she told me that there are people who studied data science and AI, ML and all those things right now. So you have the fundamental. How do you build a project? You need to have side projects. You need to have hobby projects. Try, figure it out. Pick a problem. Try and solve it by yourself. Then you will be versatile with AI, how to use it, how to make yourself better. Then you will get better jobs, right? That's what I think.
Thank you. And ma'am, in your workplace, okay, already so many senior people will be there. So how they are moving to this AI? Are they willing to adapt to that very easily, or any stubborn characters there?
Okay, yeah. In IT industry, it is a continuous learning is always needed. We cannot let a day go without learning. Every day it's learning for us. And if we have to survive in IT industry, we have to continue learning. I started as a mainframe developer in 2003. And from that green screen now to the current AML technology, if we have to adapt to it, we have to learn continuously. So those who are not able to learn, maybe still there are companies, there are many big companies which are using mainframe, AS400 and all those sort of technologies. You'll get stuck in that. So it's our choice. You'll have job, we'll have that job still continuing for a minor set of people. But it's our choice whether we need to learn, cope up to the new technology and learn and go towards along with the industry trend, or do we need to be, yeah, I'm contented with whatever I have. Is it okay for you? That's a personal choice we have to. And when you told this, I was hearing sir speaking about Japanese training classes, and basically Nissan is a Japanese company. So many of us in Nissan Digital India does not know Japanese, but we are conducting sessions. Japanese is not an easy language to learn, maybe you'll agree to it. And I'm learning Japanese now at this age. I'm trying to learn because it will be difficult. It will take me years to learn and speak or understand. But after maybe three months, I'm able to little bit understand Japanese right now. I don't know when I will be able to speak, but I'm trying to learn that as well. Even if that is not a relevant one for my career or for my current role, but I'm trying to learn that. So keep that passion with everybody, continue learning, because change is inevitable. As it says, like change is only constant, right? The rest all will be evolving, it will be changing. We have to cope up to that to be in this industry.
I believe with a strong foundation, continuous learning mindset and a very passionate role, they can find their success, right?
Definitely.
Ma'am, one more question. You started your career in the development sector, right? So currently, how this AI is bringing change to that development team? We already know, when people are developing something, lot of errors will come and we will sit behind it and we need so much time to correct it sometimes. So how this AI will support to come out of that?
So in the initial times when we started coding, we didn't have even internet. In my first company, actually, we had one machine which had an internet connectivity. If you have to Google something, it's only Google that we are aware of at that time. If you have to Google something, you have to go to that machine, Google, come back. Rest all logic you have to do, you have to code hands-on on yourself. Now from that, it has changed a lot now. And we need to consider AI as our buddy. There are many platforms I don't think anybody is not using ChatGPT or Gemini or and such sort of things. Everybody should be using it, right? Even if you want to go out for something, we'll ask ChatGPT, is it the right time to go out? That's the era we are in. And on the development side or on the technical side, we have to consider AI as a buddy for us. Earlier, if it took 2 days to write a logic, now AI will give it in seconds. The only thing is the prompt has to be correct. We should know how to prompt the AI to give us the right solutions. So Copilot, Cursor AI, there are so many tools that we can use, and many companies have already adopted to it and many companies are adopting it. So we have to know how to use it to get the best out of it. And the best part of it is from the business perspective, if we think at it, we are able to solve the business problems faster. And if you think about a product, maybe we can think it can release new features to the end customers pretty quickly. Earlier, they had to wait for maybe 2 years or a month or two to develop a feature and go live. But now it has been reduced to maybe weeks. In 1 to 2 weeks, maybe you can release a feature. That is how it has evolved to. That is helpful for the development team so that they don't have to think about and write complex logics. Give the proper prompt, you will get the input. And you have to validate that. We should have that skill set to validate whether that is right and apply it.
Thank you, ma'am. And the next segment is like we will discuss about the challenges in this new trend as well. So with every opportunities there could be challenges as well. So ma'am, while recruitment, how do you see that? Like what's the general gaps you can see in acquiring the talents from the pool?
Okay, so earlier when I started my career, I started with TCS where I was helping in terms of initial learning program. They had a 3 months training program for every fresher who joins TCS, right? And eventually that program is not there anymore, right? Now every one of you, each one of you will have a handheld device which has all sort of information from across the world. Anything and everything, you have it in your palm. So the expectation is you being able to deliver things on day one. You start being productive on day one. So because you have the information, all the organizations tend to expect you to know how things are in the organization, how to code, how to get a solution. So that is the expectation, right? There won't be any formalized training as such. Initial 3 months we'll give you training and then we'll deploy you to project. It is not like that. We hire, put you in projects. So since we are a product company, CareStack is a product company, unlike service companies, we don't have bench, right? So we don't take too many people. We hire only people that we require. For you to be able to get that into that list, you need to be really good. So you compare yourself with your peers. Are you a step ahead of them in terms of knowledge, your hands-on experience? How do you achieve that? Side projects, as I said earlier. Find a problem. You can try out things in your phone or your tabs, right? There are tools that will help you to solve problems, write codes, validate it if it is working. If you have developed an app, host it. When you host it, that is when you will understand what are the problems that you are facing. Developing a mobile app is easy, but hosting it and making sure it is working properly is going to be very difficult. So if you have done that and your app is there in the Play Store, then it is a tick mark, right? So when it comes to hiring, the challenges that we face is people don't understand that the expectation is that you have already done something, tried something out on your own, and even if you fail, that's okay, but then you should try. One. Two, second thing is we don't find people who can communicate with confidence, who will be able to articulate what they have done so far and how good they are not able to articulate, right? So that's another challenge that we face. They may be good, but they are not able to express it, right? And we may not have the time in the world to make them, groom them, and then try and understand how good they are. So things are faster nowadays. So you need to be better in terms of how you articulate, how you express yourself. That's another challenge that we face. Okay, and people think that fundamentals are not important. Fundamentals are very important. If you don't have your basis right, you cannot build anything on top of it. So whatever you learned in your initial engineering days or even the courses that you're doing right now, make sure that your fundamentals are strong. Okay, so to get the right candidate for the product company that we are having, 10 requirements, we'll end up interviewing at least 200 people. The applications will be 3,000 plus, right? So that is a kind of filtering that happens. For an internship that we ran last year, 3,000 plus students applied for the 6th semester internship. And we hired 15 people for a paid internship. So that is a kind of quality difference we have. In 3,000, from that we picked only 15. So that quality difference, you can bridge the gap if you have side projects, if you try something out, fail, figure it out, try something out again. So So quality is a major challenge, and communication is the next one.
Maybe they are lagging behind in the application level, right, ma'am? Yeah. So, ma'am, one who is looking for a job, maybe a fresher or who may be having the career gap, how they can manage their LinkedIn profile? Is there any significance for that?
Oh, I love that topic. So, LinkedIn is a powerful tool, okay? You need to have a good in LinkedIn profile. There are different segments that shows me relatively who you are. Not exactly who you are, but then relatively who you are. One, you need to be connected with your seniors, your juniors in college. You will never know from where you will get an opportunity, right? Have connections, okay? So create a profile, start connecting with people, and also you may be having some dream companies that you want to join, right? Follow them in LinkedIn, okay? Go to their page, company page. Company page will have different tabs like jobs, people, and then what is that they are doing, all those things, right? Go to the people first, okay, and then go see who is the head of recruitment, who's the recruiter, who's who's the engineering manager. If you want to go to a particular thing, okay, figure it out who is heading that, have a connect with them in LinkedIn, and then follow that company. Whenever they publish a job, you will get an alert. Then go ask this person, I saw this job, can you refer me? That is how you will get a job. Do it, okay? So whoever connects with me in LinkedIn, I generally accept, and if they message me, I respond, okay? I live in LinkedIn. You can ask Smitha because the moment I got an email from here, I connected.
I do experience that.
Yeah, I connected with Smitha, and probably she realized that later that I am also sitting here with the panel. So that's what I do. Build your network. That is going to be extremely important. And write your own profile. Please don't copy anybody else. Okay? Write your own profile. And if I'm interviewing you, you should be able to answer. That is why I'm saying that don't copy somebody else's. Okay? And have connections. Good profiles must be there in your connections. What happens is when I'm searching, you are not my connection. Okay, you are not my first degree connection. But then when I search for a particular skill set in LinkedIn, I will get your name if your profile is strong and you are a second degree connection of mine. Which means if I'm connected to Smitha and Smitha is connected to you and I'm searching for something and you are the right candidate, then it will pop up for me. Okay? That is why you should have good connections or network within LinkedIn. And put a photo which reveals your face, who can identify you. Okay? That is also important. And spend some time, think what is that you want a recruiter like me to see in that profile. Okay? All the projects that you've done, all the volunteering that you have done. If you've done volunteering, I really appreciate that. You have spent some time for something which doesn't pay you anything other than the gratification, right? That is a valuable thing. List down everything that you've done in all the segments and mention the years accurately. Please don't make mistakes. Spelling mistakes shows that lack of attention to detail. So please go through your profile on your own multiple times. Then connect with good people. Have a network. Okay, that will land you a job.
Yeah, thank you so much. So hope you will soon, I can say keep your LinkedIn account very active, connecting to every people, right? And ma'am, to you, with this, okay, how you are seeing the roles, with these changes, okay, which role or industry could gain attention the next few years, how the trend is.
Okay, yeah, as Smitha was also mentioning earlier, we cannot say that 5 years down the line what is going to happen. It is evolving or changing like anything. Day by day it is changing. for every industry will have that opportunity is what I feel. Because I've earlier worked with the service industry. I was with UST for 12 years. I worked for multiple clients. I worked in healthcare, retail, then financial services. All these customers I have worked with. And now I'm in an automotive company. And everywhere I go, I could see that it has its own challenges and its own problems to solve. And that will end up getting its own projects. And they'll have to solve those business problems. Every organization or every company targets for revenue and profit, right? So they'll have to build features or they'll have to come up with solutions which will bring them more revenue, which will make that organization profitable. So opportunities will definitely be there in all areas, but it can vary depending on some of that can be AI aided things that can happen, but for that also somebody should help to build that AI or implement that AI thing over there. So as per my thought, for every industry there will be definitely opportunities. As freshers, you'll have to, or those who are aspiring to get into the industry, don't restrict to any particular industry. Search for or particular domain. Search for anything and everything. And one thing is like if you are passionate about any particular domain, say for example, I'm passionate about automotive domain, learn the details of it, understand what it's in it. It's not simply related to, when we say automotive, it is simply related to the car that I'm driving. I know the integrities of all the car, everything inside it. It's not the only thing. You have to understand what is the latest trend that is going on in that industry. Have a domain knowledge, have a domain understanding. If you are passionate about one particular domain, that will help you perform well when you get an opportunity for an interview. You can bring in aspects related to this that we'll prefer a person who knows something. Many people will say that experienced, are you experienced in this? Like at least if you have that domain experience or not experience domain understanding, it will add value than somebody who does not know about that domain. So people, our industry will prefer such candidates.
To add a small thing. So we being in the healthcare domain, right, in the dental industry especially, we never thought that we could adopt AI, okay, in our product. So we have a product which is a voice tag, which is a telephone system, which uses AI to a largest extent that we never thought will happen, okay. So this phone, it's a VoIP phone, okay. So somebody calls and the receptionist picks up. The call transcript will be there in front of the receptionist, okay. From that, it'll give prompts like if I'm saying that I want to book an appointment and my name is Smitha and my patient ID is this, then all of a sudden my profile will come in front of them and it will get a call for action like book appointment. So that kind of a AI integration that we have done now, we never thought that we will be doing that 2 years back, okay. So AI will be there in every domain, okay. The skills that you will probably require to learn right now, understanding of data, how can you analyze data, how can you interpret data, one, how do you prompt engineering, as she said, she referred that multiple times. How do you prompt, very important. How do you frame your questions, how do you make sure that the system understands what is your need, that is going to be very important. These two things, if you know, that will help you to grab a job in any domain, in any role. That's what my experience with CareStack is telling me. Yeah.
So thank you both of you for the inspiring session, and I got the insight like with a strong mindset and with a strong desire or passion for your job, you can set the way to the success. Okay, so So now I would like to open the floor to the audience. So if you have any questions, you can ask. It's a big opportunity, right? Opportunity knocks once, so grab it.
Hi, hello. Can you hear?
Yes.
Yes, I am Alan. I have a question apart from AI or apart from talent acquisition. Coming to how to manage personal life and the career life, how the boundaries setting. We need to be one whole up to the second time.
Can you please repeat, like, how to manage the personal life?
How you people
Bring
manage
it a bit
the
closer.
personal life and the career life. We need to put boundaries between up to a certain point. How you successfully organizing this thing.
Okay. So, how to put the boundary between personal life and professional life, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, when you join an organization, right, you are new to it. You have to learn things. I would suggest put your maximum effort during your initial period, like first 2-3 years. Put your maximum effort to learn things. That is your best opportunity. And after that, you will be considered as experienced people. You will not be given any time to learn. Maybe initial phases you will be considered as a junior or a fresher, and you will get that cooling period, or people will think like, or your leads will think that you're junior, yeah, he'll take time to learn. But after that, you will not get that cushioning effort to learn things. So learn your maximum during your initial period, and you have to continue learning as well. And then to set, see, there will be stages wherein you will have to sacrifice, or you will have to put more effort into your work, because it is also equally important to us. Like, we are earning salary, that is one thing, and we have a commitment to make to the organization we are working on, to the client customer we are working for, right? And sometimes we'll have to break that boundary and put wherever you want to put that effort in. And sometimes if you have some challenges with your personal things, you can give more focus to that as well. It should be, see, we set that balance basically. Whether we are able to meet the commitment we have committed to, that is one thing. And initial times, please don't think about work-life balance. That is my suggestion.
Yeah, there's no work-life balance, okay? That's a reality. It is work-life integration. So basically, you integrate into a system where you spend most of your time at work, right? That part, some part of it becomes your life as well, right? And as she said, where to put the brake, where to accelerate, you will know it eventually. But first 2 years or 3 years, no, you don't take such calls. Okay, let your seniors help you take such calls, right? Go full on in the initial years. Later, you will have your leverage at a later point in time. Then also sometimes you will end up, staying late to deliver the commitment, whatever you committed for. But then it's again an integration. There is no work-life balance, I would say.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. That's the corporate word we have to work every time.
It's not like that. In the corporate world, you'll have to work day and night to survive. No, it's not like that. See, earlier it was like everybody referred to hard working. Now it's like smart working. So we have to be smart workers. If we can do things good, if we can do it in 1 hour, do it in 1 hour. And then it's your choice, right? Whether to pick up the next one, or you can take your own time. So smart working is advisable. So it is a balance basically. It's our choice as well, and the company's need. Understand the organization's need And if you want to survive in that organization, you have to be with that organization, understand their need, and support them. That is how you need to plan. See, in some, I have worked in projects where I had my team, they'll sleep for just 2 hours in the office, go to some hostel nearby, brush their teeth, and come back. We had to deliver projects like that as well. For 3 consecutive days, I'm not joking, it's very true that 3 consecutive days they did that way to deliver a project. And now with the AI assisted things, the coding has become more easier, and you'll not need that much time to deliver a project as well. And I've not seen anybody staying that late in an office nowadays. And one more option you have, one more good thing you have is you have work from home nowadays. We can work from anywhere many times. In earlier days, it was simply desktop. You will have to just sit at office and work. Now it's not like that. You can take your laptop, work at your own pace. If you want to take a break in between, take that break and then freshen up your mind and come back to work. You don't have to sacrifice your entire life for a corporate world, but everywhere, wherever there is a job, they'll need this. And I can tell you, I was talking to one of my friends that I'm coming for this session, and ICT Academy, she jumped up and ICT Academy, I know that, and she's working with Rotronics. And yesterday when I called her at 8 p.m., she was working. So it's not an IT industry. It's a different, like similar to this skilling one, but she was still working there. So everywhere, if work demands, please do that. And you can take your own breaks as well. Use that flexibility.
Okay, thank you. That's next to hear.
So, any other questions?
Hello, I am Joanne. Am I audible?
Can you move a little forward? Yeah. Mic.
Okay, I am Joanne. Am I audible?
Can you hear?
Am I audible?
Yes.
So, as you said, for freshers, you mentioned about side projects as important.
Yeah.
Does any certification, professional industrial certification matters as freshers? I know it is important for IT employees, but for freshers to enter job, are these needed? This certification like Azure AI, Microsoft AI fundamentals, those paid certifications.
Okay, you can please be seated, Yuan. Thank you. Thanks for your question. So the certification matters if you have learned very well and you actually got a hands-on. Okay, so and side projects. When I say side projects, you can upload it in GitHub, right? And if I'm able to see what you've done in Git, then that's also enough, right? But then, yeah, if you have a certification, yes, definitely it will add value. But our expectation from you will be higher because you learned something and you got certified. So our expectation will be you know that to the deepest of the level, right? So that is the expectation. Yes, it does add value. And side projects, if you are part of communities, okay. Have you been part of communities when you were in college, like IEEE, Tinga Hub, Google, GDST? Okay, and then you have MuLearn from GTech. If you are part of such communities, what happens is they give opportunities to work in different projects, right? Where you get to solve actual problems, you get to solve, you get to have side projects. Especially MuLearn has a lot of projects like that. So if you are part of such communities, it is going to help you. Okay, that will add to your profile, and you need to know your stuff. Okay, if you are writing something in your resume, you need to know. That's the only expectation. Yes, all these things will add value. So you wanted to ask a question.
there was a question that job will be lost if AI is implemented. As a matter of fact, it is said that coming 10 years, wherever you have a repetitive type of job, finish. Nobody is going to appoint you. But that does not mean that there is no scope. So as you mentioned about this, they should use their intelligent level to showcase themselves in the industry. Then they have a survival. My next question is actually, are you using psychometric tests for your promotions or employment in your organizations?
Psychometric test we don't have because when we are hiring we use another test for evaluating their aptitude. Okay, we are not using a psychometric test at the moment in CareStack.
In fact, AI is a AI built-in psychometric test. If you use this tool, 50% of your time will be saved, and your candidate selection will be very good. In fact, I was I'm trying to tell about this. All the students who are undergoing training here, they must have to undergo psychometric test to find out their strength and weakness. And accordingly, they can do their project work with a reference to particular domain. Maybe healthcare, maybe finance, maybe maintenance, maybe manufacturing. So the students have to take this test to make them shaped for the job. Okay. For the industry people to select the right candidates. In this, because the complexity, so much of things are there. Even people talk about life balance, There is no such thing actually, It is, you have to undergo that torture. No way to escape. Thank you.
Any other queries or questions?
I am Balakrishnanan. I'm asking the question. What positive and negative might subjects might code-based AI by 2035 after 10 years? What positive and negative subjects might code-based AI by 2035?
So, are you asking like by in 10 years down the line, what will be the positive and negatives?
Subjects first and negative coming code-based AI.
Code-based, what are the positives and negative comments? Okay. So, as we have been discussing over here, we cannot say what is coming up in next 10 years, but I can tell you one thing: we are in an era where the transformation is happening, right? If we are part of that transformation, if we understand how that is happening and be part of it, we will be able to go along with the industry, get into the industry, and move on. So we are in the right era where the transformation is currently happening. So we need to understand how it is happening, cope up with it. That is what I can suggest. And if you are that innovative, like there are many people who are, and Google as well, there were initially very minor things, and now we are getting many tools, right? And different AI agentic tools and all are coming up now. And you can be part of that development as well if you are that passionate enough and if you can work in that lines as well. So opportunities are there for who learn continuously, cope up with the industry, and go along with the trend. That is what I think. Hope I answered your question. Any other questions?
Ma'am, my name is Prince. I'm coming from a non-tech background, so I'm now learning AI. So I'm trying to integrate environmental science with AI. So how do you think, what will be the skill sets a recruiter will be looking at, like if you were hiring?
In a non-tech person?
Yeah.
Okay. So primarily communication. Okay. and whether you are able to comprehend. Okay, comprehend means whether you are able to understand the actual problem and figure it out. Okay, and then try and solve it. Okay, solution may not be perfect. That is one that we look for. Okay, and for a non-tech person, everything need not be tech. Non-tech is also equally important, right? So, for example, we have a product company. We develop product and we sell it to customers and we host it, and we have a team which enables the whole process. Sales and marketing, and from there we get the revenue. Then we have product support teams which helps the customers to solve the problems, right? So all these roles are non-tech, and of course HR, finance, admin, all those things will come. So that is a large human workforce in any IT organization, which is a non-tech role. Okay, and to an extent, there are organizations which has business analysts and scrum masters who are not extremely technical, but then have a tech understanding. So a person like you who came from a non-tech education background, I'm from a non-tech education background, but I understand tech. Okay, as long as you understand tech and you are able to use it properly, you will have a role. It's just that you have to figure out which role you want to pick. Okay, and in non-tech also there is a lot. So which one to pick is your choice. Okay, and if you are interested in non-tech roles, please do look at our Insta page. Okay, we do advertise it there, or go to our LinkedIn and go to jobs section. We keep advertising there. We hire a lot of non-tech people. Okay, did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. But I am asking that with my domain knowledge, can I get into a company?
Okay, so I'm not sure in Trivandrum if we have any company that looking for. You studied environmental science. That's what you said. I'm not quite sure about that. You don't.
That particular domain, I'm also not sure. But since you have learned this AIML, I think even if the domain will be immaterial, but I'd suggest to get into one domain first, and then you can look out for your relevant things later as well.
Service companies will have. Sorry, you were saying something. Yeah, that is what I was trying to say. In larger service companies where they have multiple domains, there you will get chances like in TCS and Wipros and Infosys and larger companies like that. They'll definitely have initiatives for their own team. Plus, they'll have customers who want solution for their teams as well. So, if you want specifically for that domain, you will have to first look at service companies. Otherwise, you look at the startups in Kerala. Look at your ICT relation with ICT Academy or Kerala Startup Mission. Just see the list of companies that they have, and if there are companies which is working in that domain, probably you will have to pick them up and follow them. Yeah.
Okay.
And sir has brought up a very good point over there. Like many of the companies are going towards green coding nowadays, and they'll be looking at how the environment-friendly development can be done as well. So, but I'm not pretty sure about how this will fit into that role. Maybe we'll let explore as well. Any other questions?
Hope they might connect you to LinkedIn to ask the doubts further. And thank you so much to both of you, ma'am. And it was a wonderful session. And I hope the students or the learners, okay, they will get good insights into what is happening in the industry, what are the relevant skill set and that's required for the jobs, and equally, as you said, reskilling, upskilling, and a continuous learning is always necessary to fit into the industry, always. So all the best to everyone, and a big thanks to the panelists as well.
Thank you to all our esteemed panelists for such an insightful and inspiring discussion. We now move to a moment of pride, mementos to our placed alumni celebrating their achievements and growth. We would like to welcome Ms. Tahira Tasnim on stage. I request the panelists to do the honors.
Next, we have the certificate distribution ceremony for our cybersecurity and AML batches.
Before we move on to the vote of thanks, we would like to welcome Murali sir, Sri Kumar sir, to present a small token of gratitude to our esteemed panelists. To express our gratitude and formally conclude the ceremony, may I invite Ms. Ashwati M., data science participant, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Nikhil. Good evening, everyone. It is my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on this inspiring occasion of AspireX Industry Readiness Panel discussion. On behalf of ICTAK and all the participants gathered here, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, CEO ICTAK, for gracing this event with his presence and delivering an enlightening keynote address. Sir, your vision and words truly motivates us. Our sincere appreciation goes to our distinguished panelists for sharing their experience, insights, and valuable guidance. Ms. Smitha Balakrishnanan Nair, Senior Software Engineering Manager, Nissan Digital India. Ms. Smitha SP, Senior Manager, Talent Acquisition, CareStack. Ms. Remya, Senior Knowledge Officer, ICTAK. Thank you for offering such inspiring perspective on industry readiness and career pathway. We are also deeply grateful to Mr. K. Ashok Kumar, Director, Institute of Japanese Studies, for the highly insightful section on emerging jobs, education, and business opportunities in Japan. Your talk broadened our understanding and opened new possibilities. A warm thank you to Ms. Anurag Jobi, Program Manager, Training and Partner Relationship, for setting the tone of the day with a meaningful welcome and orientation. My heartful appreciation also goes to Ms. Tissy Johnson for delivering a thoughtful and engaging welcome address and seamlessly leading us into the panel discussion. Thank you for your contribution and presence on the stage today. Congratulations to all our placed alumni who were honored with mementos today. Your achievements inspire every learner here. We also extend our best wishes to the participants of Cybersecurity and AI/ML batches who received their certificates. May this recognition be a stepping stone to many more accomplishments. A big thank you to our energetic MCs, Mr. Nikhil Saji and Mr. Muhammad Rian, for smoothly steering today's program. My sincere appreciation goes to ICTAK teams, event coordinators, volunteers, technical crew, and everyone working behind the scenes to make AspireX a grand success. Finally, to each guest, faculty members, alumni, and participants, thank you for being here and making this event truly meaningful and with your experience and involvement. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.